Hey guys, what's going on? This is Atarva here, and in this video we are going to talk about Razorpay and how you can use it in your Next.js application or basically any React application. So Razorpay does not have a direct React SDK official one just yet, so it's a little tricky to use it in your React or Next.js application. So in this video I'm going to guide you through the steps so that you can integrate it in your Next.js applications. There are a little bit of problems everywhere, so we are going to address them. A little bit of something on why I'm making this video. If you're not interested in this, feel free to go to the timestamps and skip this section to we actually get into the action. But I'm making this video because Stripe and Lemon Squeezy stopped their operations in India. Like not exactly completely, but Stripe is being only invite only in India, and Lemon Squeezy is basically acquired by Stripe. So they are following the same thing. They are saying that if you are not a Stripe customer, you can basically not use Stripe services in India. Which is very big letdown. A lot of people here have very big ideas for the projects, and Stripe is a very easy payment gateway to integrate and very reasonable, and it's just not possible anymore. It's invite only, and it's your acceptance rates are basically very too low, so it's basically useless for us right now. So for India, I get a lot of people DMing me and my comments that, hey, make a video on Razorpay. So I thought, hey, this is a great chance. I should probably make a video on Razorpay. A lot of my payment related videos get a lot of views, so it's a win-win situation. So yeah, here we are creating a video on Razorpay. Before we move on in all of the action, I want you to do me a favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button as hard as you can. Like if this content helps you even a little bit, I think I deserve that subscribe button. And if you think my content is annoying you later on, you can always unsubscribe, and I won't complain about it. So yeah, just hit the subscribe button. Now let's get into it. Alright, so we are at the Razorpay homepage. You can go ahead and click on login or sign up or whatever you want to do. If you are actually just looking to go into production right away, or like you already have an idea in mind, you have the businesses set up, everything you have, just go ahead and do login or sign up. I'm not doing this right now because I'm making a YouTube video, and somehow Razorpay makes it extremely difficult for you to just test them. So they want you to do all of the KYC, they want you to provide all your business details in the category, even if you're trying to test. So I ended up not creating a Razorpay account on this dashboard. I created my Razorpay account on Razorpay X, which is completely different thing, but it solves the purpose. It gives you your test API keys. So if you are someone who is willing to just go hands-on right now, you know what your business is, just go ahead and do sign up or login. But in my case, or like if you are just trying to test or something like that, you're just learning, just go to a new tab and just click on x.razorpay.com. This is a completely different product. This is basically like a payroll management, but it gives you the API keys. Now I am already logged in, but if you are not logged in, it's pretty straightforward process. It will ask you your business type, but I think that's all. It will ask you for your mobile number. It will send you an OTP, and yeah, I think that would be all. And then you will be in test mode. If not, there should be an option somewhere there. Yeah, basically you will be in test mode if you don't complete your KYC anyways. So yeah, I'm not doing my KYC just for a YouTube video. Razorpay, if you're watching this video, please make it a little more easier for us to test your product. Like this is not done, and there are a lot of downsides to that. There's few things which we are not going to be able to access just because you are not going to give us a test mode access. We will look at that in later in the video. But what you want to do is go here and go to my account and settings. Here I'm going to need to blur a lot of different things out from here. Let's go to developer controls, and we need to regenerate a key. If you don't have a key, it will say generate a key. I already had one, so I just need to regenerate. I'm just going to deactivate my old key immediately. If you are just creating a new key, you won't see all of this here. So I'm just going to do this, and yeah, it says in live mode you will receive an OTP, but this is a test mode, so I can just click on submit and I can have my new keys. So keep in mind, do not use mine. Do not be that person who just copies everything and even my API keys. Do not do that. Just to be safe, I'm going to regenerate my keys after this video. I have written that in my notes. So keep these handy because we are going to need it. So I think I already have a terminal opened somewhere. Okay, let me just go ahead. Okay, Perfect. This is the terminal. I already have a Next.js application here. So I can just go ahead and do code dot and open it here. Let's get an environment variable first and let's just forget about it. It's a little bit slow, but I mean, yeah, it's open here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, I trust myself. I'm going to go ahead and create a new, this new version of macOS is annoying. Okay, .env.local, and I'm actually going to have these variables here. So next public Razorpay key ID. So if you are familiar with Stripe, this is basically the publishable key in Razorpay, and then we are going to have a private key. So Razorpay secret ID. Alright, so I'm just going to push this inside its own window so that it's easier for us. And now I'm gonna I'm gonna touch this later, but let's copy all of this and paste it here. Perfect. We don't need to worry about our credentials anymore, so we can just focus on Razorpay. So quick detour from the dashboard. Actually, you won't even need the dashboard because this dashboard is basically useless for now. You won't even see the transactions here because this is not the correct dashboard to be in. It just serves to give you the API key. So if we go to Razorpay docs, it's basically docs.razorpay.com. If you go to docs.razorpay.com, it will redirect you to this link. And here we can just go ahead and see all of these things. We are looking for web integration. So we are going to click on web integration. It gives us a lot of different things. It says build integration. So this might be a little confusing. So you might see if you're just looking at the docs, if you have already looked at the docs, you might be confused because there's a bunch of script tags, and you know that if you're using Next.js, the best way to integrate is to have a package, but this is not a package. This is just a JavaScript file, and you're supposed to have all of these things and interact with it. How are you going to do it? We are going to make it work. It's going to be a little tricky, but we are going to make it work. And then there's a lot of different things here. It's basically confusing, and I'll try to explain everything in a very easy to way manner, I think so. So first of all, the payment, I can give to Razorpay that this is more simpler in terms with Stripe. So like you just have to create an order and fulfill it. I think in Stripe, like you have to sometimes you have to create an payment intent and stuff. That it just, you have to first of all go ahead and create a session token and stuff. I remember doing that. It's just annoying, but here you just create an order ID. You just call that order ID on the client side. It gives a pop-up, do the payment, and you're done. So now we can go ahead and look at the Node.js version. So Node.js version has a package which we are going to use, but the client side does not. So let's go ahead and install this package because we are going to need it. So I'm using bun, so I'm going to use bun install. If you're using pnpm or npm, please use npm install or pnpm install. I'm going to say Razorpay, and once this is done, I'm just going to do bun dev turbo. Alright, so just a little overview. What it's doing is, first of all, it's creating a Razorpay instance, and then it's creating an order, and with amount and stuff, all of that. And then you can also have nodes. You have key value pairs here, and then it gives you an response with an order ID, which you actually need to pass into your client side, and the client side will send that back to Razorpay to actually make that payment. So yeah, let's do that. First of all, what we are going to do here is, let's go to app. Let's go create a new folder here. I'm going to name it API, and within API, because these are going to be API routes, we cannot use server actions here. So I'm just going to say create order, and in create order we are going to create a new file called as route.ts, and here we'll leave the entire route. So yeah, let me quickly go ahead and yeah, perfect. So now first of all import Razorpay, and now we are going to do const Razorpay is equal to new Razorpay. Thank you GitHub Copilot. Also, have you guys tried to use cursor? I think it's pretty cool. I am using cursor, but for this tutorial I'm using VS Code. So if you want a video on cursor, let me know. This should be in next public, and it's crime because it's TypeScript, so this is not supposed to be undefined, so I am just going to say it's as string. You can use some kind of like type safe environment variable solution, but I'm just keeping the scope of the tutorial quite simpler. Alright, so this is going to be a post endpoint. So async function post, we are going to export this function, and we are going to have a request here which is going to be of type request, and then we need to actually create an order. We do not need all of that actually, we just want an amount here is equal to request await request.json. So we are just getting the data which is sent by a client, and we're just extracting the amount out of it, and then we are free to create an order. So const order is equal to await Razorpay dot orders dot create. Feel free to follow the AI suggestions. I mean, when I was researching about this video, I did the exact same thing. Use AI to your advantage, don't be scared of it. And here I'm just going to have the amount and currency, and currency should be INR. Perfect. And yeah, and what I can do is I can, whenever the order is created, I just want to send the entire thing in response. So I'm just going to say return next response dot JSON, and I'm just going to say order. So we are just going to send the entire order back. I can go ahead and try to make an API request to this. So let's go to Thunder client. Let's create a new request. HTTPS localhost 3000/API/create order post request, and let's create a body. The amount should be, let's say 5,000, which is going to be like 50 rupees, I guess. So something is wrong. I think this should be Razorpay secret ID. GitHub Copilot, well, I think this should work now. Not really sure if it works or not. Okay, it's still a bit of a problem. Not sure what's wrong. Yeah, I keep forgetting that it's not JavaScript, it's JSON, so I need to have double quotes in there. Yeah, it's foolish me. Whatever. Yeah, feel free to make jokes on me in the comment section. Feel free to write whatever you want. I'm not talking about it. Anyways, amount I'm setting it to 5,000 rupees, which is 5,000 paisa. I think it's paisa, so I think it's equals to like 50 rupees. And if I just go ahead and create send this request, I'm getting this object with the amount due, amount paid, attempts created at, currency, ID, which is important for us, which will be used later, and yeah, everything like that. And now the API route, this is finished. We don't need to touch it anymore. Now let's go ahead and pull up the page. I am going to remove everything here, and also remove this. I'm not going to copy much of I'm not going to write much of the styling. I'm just going to copy it so that we are keeping this video relevant. So yeah, let me go ahead and copy these things, and I'm also gonna copy the class name for this. All right, so now we just have a simple form with the amount and a button to actually create an order. So if I comment these out and save the page, Now we can go ahead and go to localhost 3000. We can see this simple form thing which we are going to use to create an order. So let's go ahead and first of all create the state. So const amount, set amount, use state 0. We are going to set it to number, and we are also going to import use state. Then we also need to create an function. So const create order, it's going to be an async function. And now we can safely go ahead and remove the both comments. And now we are going to go ahead and write the logic. But before that, before we do anything, you guys remember that this needs to be a client component. We are using the app router, so yeah, my bad, I always forget it. So this needs to be an use client. If you are using Next.js, this is applicable. So let's go to the docs, steps to integrate. If you go to the client side, you will see that there's a script tag, and we need to actually use the script, which is script. We need to use it. So we are just going to copy the URL, and we are going to use the Next.js script tag. So we are just going to have inside the div a script tag. Doesn't matter wherever it is in this component. So script src, and yeah, basically that's it. And we need to also have a type. So I'm just going to have a type of text JavaScript. Perfect. And now our page is officially loaded with Razorpay, and we can actually do all the Razorpay stuff here. So this is a script, but how are you going to pull the Razorpay object and do actions on it in Next.js? Because the Next.js does not know what this is, and it cannot just pull it in while build time and while we are developing it and understand what we are going to do. The answer is there's not a good way. It's tricky. It's not a very clean way. It involves like breaking the rules of TypeScript and going with anything. So yeah, make sure you have a very open mind with this. So yeah, don't yell at me in the comments that you are breaking the rules of TypeScript. Why did you even choose TypeScript in the first place? I try. I just don't want to leave all the TypeScript people in dust, because if I did use JavaScript, we would have faced absolutely no problem. So yeah, in create order, this is going to be a very big function. So first of all, we are going to create an order. So const res, sorry Copilot, I'm not trusting you right now. Await fetch and /API/create order. And now we are gonna have method should be post, and body should be JSON.stringify amount. Perfect. And yeah, I know. After that, we're gonna have const data is equal to rest.json to just get the order details which we sent back from the client. Now we need to actually go ahead and construct a payment data object, which we are going to pass back to Razorpay through the client side so that the payment can be done. So first of all, we need to pass in the key, which is going to be process.env.next public Razorpay key. I think it's supposed to be Razorpay key ID, right? Razorpay key, next only Razorpay key ID. Perfect. And we need to pass in the order ID, which is going to be data.id. So I showed you the object, right? So the ID is supposed to be order ID. So we're just going to pass in the ID. Then we need to pass in either a callback URL or a callback function. So if you look at this, we are at the callback URL mode. We just pass in a callback URL and it redirects, Razorpay redirects the customer to this page. You can feel free to do that. I just think that the handler function is better because you can do a lot more without leaving the page. So like in case the customer decides that he doesn't want to go to the page, or the browser decides that the redirect is blocked, then basically their payment will not be get registered. So it's a mess. Webhooks exist, but there is no way to test it without going to the actual Razorpay dashboard, not the Razorpay X dashboard. It's a completely different thing, and it has webhooks, but just not the webhooks that we need. So yeah, we are in a bit of a problem here. So yeah, so now we are gonna actually go ahead and create a handler function. So what happens after a payment is attempted to process? So async function response any. Technically Razorpay will only execute this function only after a payment is succeeded, but we will need to double check everything. So here we are just going to verify the payment. Other than that, we do not after this we just actually need to open the window. So const payment is equal to new window dot Razorpay payment data. So this is how we do it in plain JavaScript, right? So like how they did it here is just they said new Razorpay and just passed in this. This is how we do it in plain JavaScript, but it's giving us error because it doesn't know that it's actually existing in the window object. That's because we use a script tag and it cannot figure out dynamically like that. So we are just gonna do like this, and we're just going to take the chance. I hope somebody creates type definitions for this because this is not good at all. So yeah, after that we can just do payment.open so that the pop-up gets opened and the payment is processed. Now let's go back here. We have not made the verification yet, so I can just say hold on. So we need to actually pass in the amount, right? In the amount we actually need to modify this because remember how I said that this is only in paisa. We need to convert it to rupees, so we need to do amount into 100. And now if I want to make a 500 rupees transaction, I'm just going to click on create order, and eventually the pop-up should open. Yes, it did. It does say save test mode here, right here. And you can use a lot of different things. This is a fake number, of course. You can there are success and failure. No, there's only card details in the documentation. If we go back here, supported payment methods, I guess so. Yeah, here you can see the card details, but I think even faster way is just going to the wallet and just picking up any random one, because since this is test mode, I can just click on Airtel Payments Bank and it's just going to take me to this welcome to Razorpay Software Private Limited demo bank page. I want to click on success. It's just going to take you back. It's going to confirm the payment. Okay, so from Razorpay the payment is successful, but we haven't yet registered that this person has did the payment. So whatever deliverables you are going to give is not yet done. It's not getting registered in your server itself. You can do that by using webhooks, but I'm going to show you a different way because we cannot use webhooks. So let's go back and yeah, before we move on, I just want to mention that you need to actually save this order ID in your database so that later you can figure out which customer actually invoked a specific order. So if later on we are going to actually verify the order using the order ID by doing all signature stuff. So make sure that you actually do this, save the user and the order ID, and later you can provide the deliverables and add the necessary things in the database later on. And now we are just going to create a new route. We are going to call it verify order, and here we are going to create a new route.ts file, and this is going to have a lot of cryptography stuff which I'm not going to explain. You can go ahead and understand it in the documentation itself. If we go up, we can say verify payment signature. It's a way to understand that a payment has been really completed and if it's actually legit and not just some fake or manipulated data has been sent to your browser or your API route. That hey, someone might just send an mock request to your API and say that hey, I have completed a payment, but not actually do it. This ensures that it's actually Razorpay who has told you that hey, the payment has been completed for real and it's not fake. So it's a way to do that, and you can see all of these things how you can do it. And this code is the much simplified version. I actually got it from a Medium article. You can just go ahead and use this code. It actually, what it does, we can go ahead and look at it. We can say it's order ID, Razorpay payment ID, and Razorpay signature. The order ID is actually the one which we got in the first step after we created the order. The Razorpay payment ID is the ID which we got after the payment is done. So we are going to get that through the handler. And the Razorpay signature is also something we are going to get from the handler. Then we are going to actually create a signature using the order ID and Razorpay payment ID. If the signatures do not match, the verification failed and the payment was actually not made, and it was just a mock request to your endpoint, which sucks, to be honest. And if everything matches, your signature is verified, then the payment is verified successfully. And here above, you probably need to do some database calls to make your deliverables, maybe add the pro tag to your user or something like that, or whatever you have promised your user to get. This is the step you're going to do it. Probably check if they already have it, because if you already have some kind of webhook setup, the webhook might already do it. So you might need to check if something has already been done and according to that. So yeah, alright, I'm not going to go into the database stuff because that's completely out of the scope of the tutorial, but I think you get it. Alright, so we are good to go. Now we can just go to page.tsx, and in verify payment, we are simply going to call the endpoint. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy the endpoint, copy the function here. So what we are doing here is we are going to API/verify order. The method should be post, and we are passing in the order ID, which is response.razorpay order ID, then the payment ID, Razorpay payment ID, and the signature. And we are going to do the verification in the backend, and then we are going to get the response. And this is going to be just the front end thing. So like if the verification is done and you have delivered your deliverables, you can do whatever you want. If you have an order success page, you can go to it, or you might want to redirect to dashboard, or might want to make changes to the current page itself, do it here. And then yeah, everything is done. For me, I have just done alert payment successful so that we know that it is working. The verification is working. So we can go back. And yeah, one thing to note, this code block will not get executed most of the time, because if payment get failed, it will be handled by Razorpay itself. The Razorpay pop-up will ask the user to do the payment again. So most of the time, this code block here will not get executed unless the user definitely wants to do something malicious with your app, or some error occurred basically. So yeah, let's check it out. I'm going to create a 500 rupee order. Let's go to wallet and Airtel Payments Bank. Let's click on success. All right. Let's see. We did not get anything, unfortunately. Is the call even been made? Like, handler async function. Verify order. This is interesting. This should work. It's not even being called, the verify order. Let me see. Where is the dev tools? Can you open, please? I want to go to network. gonna create an order again and see what happens. I'm gonna keep it to fetch so that we can see what's happening later on. Alright, the payment was successful, but this is the Razorpay one. We actually need the alert which we created. So let's wait for it. Damn, the seconds are too long. What's up with the cancel key ID? It's not even doing its thing, you know. It's strange, it should be doing. Wait, is there a problem because I did not save? Okay, maybe I did not save the file, that's why. We'll try it once more. You know, little errors occur when you create a video. If you are starting on YouTube, make sure you save your files, or else you will be screwed just like me. And now this animation is going to take ages to complete. How is a second equal to 1.5 seconds in Razorpay? I have no idea. Come on. Yeah, we got a 500 error, which is strange. Let's check. Invalid argument type. It says the key argument must be of seemed undefined. Again, this is very strange because this should work. Yeah, so in the verify order, yeah, I messed up here again. I made this project before and I used different environment variables. I'm going to make sure to change everything once I change names everywhere. So yeah, yeah, this is different. It's supposed to be Razorpay secret ID or whatever secret you have in your environment variables. Let's hope it works now. I'm just going to refresh this page just to be sure. Please work. I don't want to wait like 50 minutes for this now. Video is already too long. I want to finish it very quickly. Come on, let's. One moment of truth. Payment successful. I was so happy. Okay. What if I decline the payment? What will happen? Just in case. I just want to show you that it actually does not pop up. It will just fall back to Razorpay and it will ask you to do the payment again. The verification fail will only happen if somebody tries to tamper with your code base to try to false alarm your backend that here payment was done or something like that. So yeah, we can just go back and exit the payment and will nothing will happen. So basically, so yeah, that's how Razorpay. You can use Razorpay in Next.js. It is a pain, but I mean, let's hope they fix a lot of things. Yeah, damn, that was a very long video. I hope you guys learned something new and I hope this video really helps you integrate Razorpay in your Next.js application. I just have a few requests for the Razorpay team. First of all, please help make the documentation better. I think it's not the best. It does the work, but it's still not the best. Second of all, I think for a better developer experience, you should let people make test accounts without making them do the KYC. I think it's stupid. I think it just makes people not want to use your platform. Like, if you want developers to recommend decision makers to like use Razorpay, I think the best way to do that is letting developers use your platform first. So any developer is going to be let off if they are going to be asked their business details when they are just trying to play around with your platform and not even use real money. So basically, I think a developer deserves a test mode without doing KYC. What's going to be the harm, right? If somebody wants to actually accept live payments, you can ask for KYC, which is reasonable, which is something you should do. So yeah, Another thing, please make a reactjs SDK. I think it's a very high time now. If you do not embrace React, I see you have a React Native integration. Why don't you have a React.js web integration or something like that? I think it will make lives more easier. I think people might have already made community packages. I have seen a few, but we are not going to cover community packages in this video. I just want to be safe, and I just wanted to do it the way Razorpay officially does it. So yeah, these are my few requests, and yeah, if you need help with any of that, feel free to contact me. Maybe I could help. So yeah, that's it for the message for Razorpay. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment below on what do you feel about the Razorpay integration, or any ideas you have for me for the future of this channel, or like any of the videos. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.